Welcome to Journey to Joy Live, a podcast to promote wellness, resilience, and inspire joy. Be empowered to balance your mental, physical, financial, aspirational, and social health while providing mental health awareness and breaking down the stigma of mental illness in the Black community. I'm your host, Dr. If Joy, and I'm here to help you transform life's challenges into opportunities for joy. Let's begin the journey together. Merry Christmas! Welcome to episode 130. All I want is presence. Choosing joy beyond the gifts. And that is presence, not presents. Oh, they sound the same. When it comes to Christmas, it's always about the gifts and what you want and what you need to give to other people, and less about you just being still and being present with the moment. And that's what we're going to focus on right now, because the hustle and bustle of Christmas and the stress of having to be happy and to look joyful during the holidays, even when you're emotionally and mentally exhausted, can be extremely exhausting. And I'm wearing a Grinch hat because a lot of times we just feel like we want to be a Grinch and we just want to be down, and not that you want to be, but that's just that's what you're experiencing because of grief, because of loss, because of stress, because of this overwhelming to-do list that you have, and the pressure that society puts on us to be jolly and to buy all these things for our kids and for family members and our parents and for friends and for coworkers. And it's like, I don't want to do all this. I mean, think about what society has done, this commercialization and just comparing ourselves to other people and what they're doing. The social media, everybody talking about what they're doing, and this is what I'm going to make, and these are my decorations, the gift giving, the family expectations. All of that can just steal your true joy, like the Grinch who stole Christmas. Sometimes it's not the Grinch, it's actually depression, or it's actually burnout, or it's anxiety, or it's post-traumatic stress disorder, it's traumatic grief, it's experiencing that loss. Either way, it's stealing your joy. What is trying to steal your joy? And on this Christmas day, how are you doing right now? Have you been able to sit still and be present? Are you surrounded by family, surrounded by stress? Think about how you can just be present in the moment without thinking about the past and being overwhelmed with the past, or thinking about the future and being overwhelmed by the future and it's not even here yet. Presence brings us back to what's real: love, laughter, and connection. If you're sitting up here thinking about anything else but what you are hearing right now, stop, cut it off, and be present. Stop thinking about the future or the past, but be present with the present moment. When was the last time you were fully in the moment? Not documenting it, not rushing to the next thing, but just there. And documenting it, that's key, right? We're always like trying to take pictures and recording. And I know when I go on vacation now, I'm just like, okay, you know what? Forget the picture. Let me just experience it now, because you'll go back looking at these pictures. You're like, I don't even remember being there. When was the last time you were just present, fully present in the moment and experiencing life and just being there and not worrying about the previous second or the next second, but just thinking about now? So, presence as a practice. Not thinking about those presents, those gifts that you have to buy for people, but think about the presence of just being in the moment, not perfection. So instead of practice makes perfect, practice makes presence, or presence as a practice. So the first tip I'm going to give for you today is pause before you pour out. You can't pour out what you don't have. A lot of us are pouring from an empty cup, which is not possible. If you actually literally have an empty cup and you're giving it to someone, there's nothing in there. Pause before you pour out, because in that pause, you are receiving more energy more joy, more peace so that you can give to someone. So before responding and serving and helping, take a deep breath and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Do I have what this person is requesting? Being present with yourself first helps you show up fully for others. And taking a deep breath isn't just inhaling and exhaling. I love describing the box breathing technique, which I've described before. And of course, I will describe here because we're talking about breathing and being present. Breathing in for 4 seconds, holding it in for 4 seconds, breathing out for 4 seconds, holding it for 4 seconds. Allows your body to kick from that fight or flight response to that rest and digest. Sometimes when you do the deep breathing, it's important to close your eyes because your eyes is the major part that you sense the world. So if you're taking a deep breath, but your eyes are open and you're looking at that to-do list and you're looking at that child screaming and you're looking at something else that's going on or something that reminds you in the past, you are not actually grounding and being present with the moment. Closing your eyes helps you focus. Being present is being focused. And when you're present, you have less anxiety and less stress. So that is pausing before you pour out. And in grounding, we have to anchor in the senses, your eyes, what you feel, what you hear, what you touch, what you taste. Engaging your senses is the most important part of pausing and grounding. When life feels rushed, pause and just name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. It doesn't have to be in that order, but that's just what makes sense. You probably can't think of 5 things you can taste, but it's easier to think of 5 things you can see. So in this case, if something's bothering you and you are stuck inside your mind, overthinking, spiraling out, you need to get yourself outside of your mind. And that is with engaging your senses. So 5 things you can see. What do you see before you? Stop worried about what's up in here. What do you see in front of you? What can you touch? Get back out of your mind and just feel and sense the world. Anchor in your senses. Be grounded. This simply, oop, lost my hat. Because as you are grounding, you lose the Grinch and you embrace your joy. Bye bye, Grinch. So when you are grounding and anchoring in your senses, the simple sensory grounding brings your mind back to the now, and you're no longer focused on what's ahead of you and what's behind you so that the stress won't overtake you or overwhelm you or burn you out. Okay. So next would be, of course, to create a tech-free moments because we are just stuck in our devices and stuck in the TV and stuck in the iPad and the computer and the laptop. And when you are stuck in front of the computer all day, and I can attest to that because I've definitely had that where I'm just seeing patients all day long and I'm busy, busy, busy. And then I come out and I'm just like, oh my God, what is happening? You got a headache, you're dehydrated. Are you even eating? Are you taking care of yourself? And it's so important, though, for you to set aside time to get away from those devices. Set aside 1 hour today. By the time you're seeing this, I mean, it's the end of the day, right? But tomorrow, set aside an hour, your phone down, heart open, be fully in the moment with your loved ones. Presence is connection, and connection is joy. You ever been around somebody who you're like, oh, what's wrong with them? They got attitude. They're stuck up. Well, they're stuck in their head and they're worried about something and they are, or they're depressed and they're isolating and they're withdrawn. They're disconnected because they're inside their head. That depression is holding them hostage. The anxiety has them to the point where they can't engage. So that is why engaging your senses, coming out of your mind, getting away from technology is connection. Presence is connection, and connection is joy. So getting beyond the hustle and the bustle of the Christmas and all of that, it can be fun. If you're one of those people who are like, I don't know what you're talking about. Christmas is fun. I love it. I'm prepared. I shop all year round. I always know what I'm going to give to people. Then cool. That's great. Help me teach others how to be joyful around Christmas because that is not everybody. In fact, there is a lot of people who go through the holiday blues, the seasonal affective disorder, the "it's dark all the time" disorder, and it's just so important for you to be present so that that is not holding you back. You already have what matters most. You have breath, you have love, whether you believe it or not, connection, and peace. Gratitude is a practice of grounding. So when it comes to being present and getting out of your head and not letting stress overtake you, gratitude is so important. You're like, oh my God, gratitude, what the heck? Yes. When you think of 10 things that you're grateful for, it actually helps you get away from stress. Gratitude and anxiety cannot sit at the same table. Try. Try being anxious and grateful at the same time. It's not possible. Usually you're anxious because there's something you're missing or something too much you have to do. But if you're grateful for the thing that you have to do, and you're just like, I'm glad I have to deal with this. How can anxiety sit with that at the same time? Gratefulness and gratitude encourages joy. It brings in joy. It invites joy. So, grounding and gratitude, being present, helps us keep our joy. The next tip I have for you is choose one thing to savor. Just one thing, whether it's your morning coffee, your child's laughter, a quiet moment, slow it down, savor it. That's presence in action. I love having tea at night. I don't do it every night 'cause sometimes I forget or sometimes I don't feel like it. But when I have tea, I'm just like, "Oh, this feels good." The warmth going down my throat. It's so relaxing. Nothing else is bothering me because I'm having my tea. Or when I'm running, being present with the run. And sometimes I do allow things get in the middle of my run. If it's a notification that I get because my watch is gonna buzz, right? Or I'm on call and I get a notification that I have to see a patient. I'm just like, "Oh, no, I have to do all this stuff." But then I have to remind myself to bring it back to what I'm doing right now. I am running and I deserve this, and I will relax and be at peace. So remind yourself, it's not gonna always be easy to be able to stay away from what's going on in your mind and the overthinking and the racing thoughts that you might have of the worries and the burnout. But each time recognizing that that's what's happening and bringing yourself back is important. Savor something. Be happy about the laughter that you hear right now because maybe that child was just screaming 5 minutes ago. And so it's just like, they're laughing. And it's funny because sometimes that high energy of a child can be annoying. So it's just like you're annoyed that they're crying, you're annoyed that they're laughing. It's like, okay, there's that gratitude piece. At least they're laughing and they're not crying. What is it you want to savor right now that you are taking advantage of? The most important thing today, though, is just let enough be your thing. You are enough and you've done enough. Because when you feel like you're not enough and you haven't done enough, that's where burnout kicks in. That's where stress kicks in. That's where depression can kick in and anxiety can kick in. And that's where doing everything for everyone kicks in and you feeling like you're not enough. Instead of asking, did I do enough? Ask, did I feel enough? Because when you're in your head and trying your best to do everything for everyone and not engaging your senses and not grounding yourself, you're not feeling. It's almost like this robotic going with the flow, um, with emotion, going with emotions, right? Just not even realizing you're not feeling the peace, the joy that you can feel. Joy multiplies when we stop chasing it and start noticing it. You are enough and you have done enough. It's Christmas. Experience it, be present with it, put worry to bed, and don't wake it up. Just say to yourself, I am here. I am whole. I am enough. Presence is the real present to yourself, your family, and your peace of mind. I used to tell my mom that all the time, like, especially when I didn't live in the same city, like, yeah, my presence to you or my present to you is my presence. So I would never buy her a gift. But she would be really excited that I'm in town now. Like, oh, your presence is my present. So give presents as a present to you for Christmas. This Christmas, may your presence be your greatest gift to yourself and to those who love you most. Because stress and overthinking and overwhelm and allowing the past to haunt you is only going to worsen your health, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. So give yourself the gift of presence this Christmas. Joy isn't about doing, it's about being. Stillness makes space for gratitude. The greatest gift you can give is your presence. Thank you. Merry Christmas. This has been an Enjoy Life production. If you're in a crisis, don't hesitate. Call, text, or chat 988 for immediate support. Please note, this podcast is for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional treatment. If you're looking for therapy or medication management through Enjoy Life, visit www.drenjoylife.com to request a consultation. I'm licensed in 12 states. I accept Aetna in Georgia, Florida, and Virginia. Be sure to grab your copy of the Enjoy Note to help you on your wellness journey. Also check out Inspire Joy for the wife, mom, boss to help you balance it all without losing yourself. Better yet, get the full Joy bundle for just $45. Remember, Journey to Joy Live is every Thursday at 7 p.m. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, may you continue to transform stress into joy.